Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mel Morris. I live in Kodiak with my wife Sally, who owns and operates an arts and crafts store. One source of my income is my seafood marketing company, M&M Marketing. In addition, I occasionally buy and sell stocks and bonds. My wife and I receive Social Security and permanent fund dividends. I'm paid an honorarium for Board of Fisheries services. My mother is retired and lives in Washington State. Sally and I have 5 children. Trey is an engineer living in Seattle. Tammy is a registered nurse living in Spokane. Rick is in construction in Denver. Susan is office manager for a physical rehab chiropractic clinic in Colorado. And Linda is accounts manager for Sullivan Arena in Anchorage. Neither I nor any of my family have involvement in any organization that relates to fish or wildlife resources management or utilization. I believe I have no conflicts in the matters before us at this meeting. I certify this disclosure is true, correct, and complete to the best of my knowledge, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Board members, questions? Seeing none, I really anticipate fully the matter for this meeting. Mr. Delo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, I'd like to kind of ask everybody's indulgence. My voice is not what it normally would be, so bear with me. My name's Howard Delo. I reside in Big Lake, Alaska. I retired from the Alaska Department of Fish and Game after working in the old Fred Division, briefly in the Commercial Fisheries Division, and finishing my career with the Sportfish Division. I received the standard state retirement pension. I currently work part-time for a private nonprofit company in Palmer, which holds the state contract for adult basic education, GED testing for the Mat-Su Valley. My wife works full-time as the office manager for the same company. I'm a freelance writer and currently write the weekly Outdoors in Alaska column for the Frontiersman newspaper in the Mat-Su Valley. I have a book in progress. I hold a federal firearms license, and I am a certified recreational boating safety instructor. The writing, gun business, and teaching are done as a part of the small retirement business I own and operate. I received the honorarium for serving on the Board of Fisheries, and both my wife and I received the annual PFD amount dispersed by the state. I'm a range safety officer and member of the Upper Susitna Shooters Association, which is up north on the Parks Highway. I'm a certified hunter education instructor for the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. I'm a life member of the NRA and the North American Hunting Club. I'm also a member of the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association. I hold no position of authority with any of these groups. I was a member of the Mat Valley Fish and Game Advisory Committee prior to my appointment to the Board of Fisheries. My mother-in-law owns a Cook Inlet sediment permit, which she keeps active, but which has not been fished in over 15 years. She was a plaintiff in the Exxon Valdez lawsuit and has recently received the financial settlements. I'm a consumptive user of the state's fish and game resources. I currently hold a PID license, but have purchased a hunting, fishing, and trapping license every year prior to turning 60. I have participated in personal use pin netting activities in northern Cook Inlet, the Copper River, and the Kenai Peninsula. I generally sport fish and hunt in the Mat-Su area. I've trapped recreationally in both the Kodiak and Mat-Su areas. I have no relatives or in-laws other than my mother-in-law living in Alaska. I am not involved in any personal lawsuits of which I am aware. Excuse me. And I don't believe that any matters before the board at this meeting cause a conflict. I certify that my disclosure is true, correct, and complete to the best of my knowledge. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Board members, any questions? Seeing none, I really anticipate fully the matters for us at this meeting. Ms. Woods is absent, so we won't take her ethics at this time, but if she does show up with your ethics, of course she can participate. At this time, I relinquish the chair to Mr. Vice Chair Johnson.
Mr. Webster, would you provide your disclosure?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Vince Webster. I reside in Kingstown with my wife Sherry. We have 2 sons. I work for the Katmai National Park as an engineering equipment and barge operator. I own a Bristol Bay sediment permit, a Bristol Bay drift net permit, have numerous mutual funds and bank accounts. I have a capital construction fund. I receive a permanent fund dividend and honorarium for serving on the Board of Fish. I have a hunt and fishing trapping license. I'm not involved in any lawsuits at this time except maybe through the Board of Fish. My wife works at Lake and Penn School District as superintendent, assistant, and board secretary. She owns a Bristol Bay set net permit. My oldest son, Nathan, lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. He works for Government Property Liquidation Internet Company. He owns a Bristol Bay set net permit. My youngest son, Derek, lives in Madison, Connecticut. As a literary consultant and works for Yale University, and he owns a Bristol Bay set net permit. No other member of my family has an interest in the resource. I believe that this statement is true and complete to the best of my knowledge. And I certify that the disclosure is correct and complete. Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any questions from board members? The chair rules that Mr. Webster may participate fully in all the matters contained on the agenda and all other matters that presented. Mr. Chair, I'll be next to the chair again.
Thank you. At this time, we have an emergency petition. We're going to we'll take a 5-minute break to get this before us, and we'll come back and take care of this. Find out if we have an emergency.